What is going on, guys? It is your girl Janiqua A, and I am back with another reading for you guys. So a little story time. So earlier, as I was posting my lesson short, about leadership and stuff, I come out thinking Empress. I don't know where she was at. She was upstairs, obviously, but tell me why there was a dead bird, like a little bird, in straight in the middle of like my towards going out to my deck, and it was inside my house. So y'all know I love birds, so I'm looking for Empress, and that girl is upstairs, so she must have killed the bird, but I don't know how the fuck, I don't know how it got into my house. But I feed the birds. Birds symbolize messages, they symbolize thoughts, they symbolize communication, also feeding. I'm a resource. So I was blown away. I was startled. I felt like I walked into a crime scene, and I'm just like thinking, like, how did the bird get in the back of my door? Like I got a lot of exits points in my crib. So like the back going towards the deck and the back where I be dancing on, like the thing was closed. So I don't know if the bird was too comfortable and it entered my territory and Empress done, but the bird was dead. So what I did was I buried the bird. I buried it because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I hope that bird being dead didn't scare off the other birds coming to feed. But maybe there's a message that's trying to get through to you and it's being eliminated before it can even get to you. All right. I don't know. But Empress didn't eat it. I don't even know how she killed it, but she killed it. And she must have been scared, or she thought she was going to get in trouble because that girl was upstairs. All right, so let's tap in. I'm also hearing voila, magic, voila, magic. Okay, so let's tap in and see. I just wanted to share that little story time. Let me know in the comments if you ever experienced like a deceased animal coming into your house or being unalive in your house. Oh, but let's tap in. Archangel Michael in the lake, why please protect me. Protect my mind, my body, and my spirit. Let's play on my chakras as we tap in to only the most important messages surrounding my everything's energy. Maybe the message is not important. Judgment. Oh, the message is important. Judgment. Let me get another card. Spirit, this is definitely important. This definitely is a message. Spirit, give me more on this judgment card. Ooh, the Eight of Swords. The message has been eliminated. Somebody didn't answer the call. All right. Somebody did not answer the call. Judgment is when it's time to change your life. It is time to answer the call. It's time to tighten up. It's time to make the right choices and judgments. It's time to use your discernment. All right. And I don't know if this is an angel, but people will get sent in, the right people. Solutions will get sent in for you to answer the call or for you to change in a situation where it's just a repetitive pattern. That's judgment. I feel like judgment is every day, because every day we get the chance to wake up. It's a chance to do better than we did the day before. Not necessarily meaning that you did wrong before, but every day we wake up, we get better. We get called to make better judgments, learn from yesterday and every day, because every day Spirit is watching our choices and our judgments. Spirit is watching, you take heed to the signs and synchronicities and assistance that is coming in to pull you up out of a dark place. You got to acknowledge that. You know, spirit gonna lead you to the water, but you gotta drink it type of energy. Spirit is gonna send out the call, but you gotta acknowledge it's time to evolve. You gotta acknowledge the things that is going on around you. It's because God is enlarging you. God is taking you through a process of pruning. But the end results would be you being a perfect example of the right judgment. Okay. See, when we get redeemed, when we get blessed, we don't just get blessed with material possessions. That's a part of it. But we become a whole new person through the process of pruning and releasing and upgrading. All right? We become the person that can handle and hold those blessings. So somebody's under judgment for not answering a call. Somebody knew better. Somebody calling was way higher than what they settled for. All right. I'm hearing behind bars like this could be physical or spiritual. For some of y'all, it's going to be definitely spiritual. And don't for 1 second think that spiritual jail is any less lighter than physical jail, because spiritual jail means you locked out of the kingdom, you locked out of the blessings, you locked out of opportunities. Every door that was meant to open for you is now closed, regardless to whoever you think has the power and control here on earth. That's the thing about the spiritual. All right, so I don't know, and you know, things can manifest from the spiritual to the physical. So whatever message, it was like, it didn't even get in. Something stopped. It's something with that bird coming in my house, and it was like, it appeared. Y'all know I ain't about to let nobody kill no bird. You hear me? I'm over here worrying about, is the birds going to be scared now that they see they homie? Okay, now they not going to feed over here no more. All right, somebody may have been being greedy. All right, somebody may have entered a territory that they didn't even know what was in that territory, meaning Empress. I'm pretty sure if somehow, because I do be gardening, you know, so sometimes I do be forgetting. So even if I left the door open, like the back thing open, because I don't have no screen, somebody, all right, but that bird, I'm pretty sure, did not know if it was attempting to come in here to find more food. First of all, that's mad greedy. I'm being dead serious because there's a whole thing out there. So, like, why would the bird come in the house? Empress is not going to drag a bird in the house, y'all, because I would have seen it. Empress was already in the house. That's why I'm like, Empress, she was already upstairs because she done killed that bird. But when I already brought her in the house, she didn't have that bird. And my dogs, I'm not going to say they never would do that because they are wild animals. I have never experienced my animals kill or pick up anything deceased, especially a bird. Dead serious. I don't have to lie. All right. That bird did not know Empress was in here and came in here and thought things was sweet and for real. And sometimes it don't even be you. You see how I'm welcoming, all right? And my spirits is not, meaning you see how I'm welcoming. If I would have seen that bird, I would have never killed it. All right, I don't know what I would have did, but I would have made sure it went out in safety. So this is a situation where something is not even on you. It's either your spirit guides or the forces around you. Like, Empress is not worrying about me being nice to no damn bird. For real. She don't even understand that I'm feeding the birds and that's why they here. All she worried about is protecting her household, her environment. All right? That's all and me. So she looking at that as a threat. Like, why are you in here? The bird, because she sees them. Oh, this is a message. She sees that the birds, even if you go to my stories in Texas, she will always watch the birds. She will bark, but she will watch them because she know I don't play that. You know, I want them to feed. She not worrying about me feeding those birds. She worrying about, why are you in here? I see y'all always outside of my territory. What are you doing in here? So somebody is under judgment, definitely from your spirit guides, or their spirit guides, or just the universe, spirits. All right, remember I'm hearing voila, magic. Maybe they thought something could change the outcome of this judgment. All right, spirit, give me more on this energy. Somebody did not think the results. Somebody made a judgment call and did not follow their discernment or the signs and synchronicities, the guidance from above. All right. And the results has landed them in spiritual jail and possibly even physical jail for some of you guys. All right. Look. And this is somebody that answered the call. Listen to their own mind, their discernment. All right. There was a situation that involved a lot of influence from others, all right, a lot of bribery, a lot of temptation. That's the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups, yeah, it looked good, but I'm not too all the way sure about these things that is being offered to me. All right, so I gotta tap in and use my own judgment. All right, because there's too much things being offered to me, and I know I've learned through past experiences that everything that glitter ain't gold. All right. If I'm not 100% clear and have clarity about whatever is in each cup that is being offered to me, all right, I'm not taking it. I need to be clear. I need to see through. I don't need no murky waters. I don't need no hidden intentions in those cups. I need to see clear through. That's the Seven of Cups, embodying discernment when it comes to judgment on choices, making the right judgment, not being bribed or tempted by and fooled by what's on a physical appearance of what's being offered. All right, so somebody will make the wrong choice. And it's looking like whoever has made the right choice, all right, because it's looking like you have so many opportunities, or somebody had many opportunities. But the Seven of Cups is a whole different energy from this. All right, they completely got their eyes closed. They are using their intuition. They not even looking at. They are allowing they are, being led by faith and not by sight. They not even looking because they know that sometimes your eyes could play tricks on you, or you could just be tempted. Somebody knows, all right, about choices and about judgment and about karma and consequences. Okay, so somebody not even looking at what's being offered. Somebody is trusting their intuition, all right, and thinking about the consequences or the results or the return. All right, this is somebody that might have multiple jobs this week, applications. I'm just putting just a scenario that God has shown me. Say if somebody have multiple job applications that is going to come in this week, this weekend, this week. All right. This is somebody that is aware that every opportunity and every door, even if they have access to it, is not meant to go through. It's meant to see, observe, all right? Be strategic and make a good judgment. All right? This is the energy. Everything that glitters is not gold. I need to rest on this. I need to process my decision. So instead of me getting aside myself and saying yes to the first thing or yes, all right, I'm going to sleep on this. I'm going to take control and I'm going to sleep on this. And I trust that my intuition is going to guide me to the best choice. Okay? And then the Seven of Cups. The next cup after that is the Eight of Cups. So this was a situation where you was called to make the right decision and not taking an offer. And trusting in the right judgment that God had something better. And now you are experiencing the better. All right? And this might be just the judgment for whoever was involved trying to bribe you or try to surround you with not solid influence. Hey, Muchu. Okay, so let's get some clarity. Yeah, look, and a hierophant. The hierophant is a wise one. They are a messenger of God. All right. They are the sent in to elevate you on your spiritual path and wisdom and higher learning and those type of things. But this is somebody that knows their purpose. This is somebody that knows what they are meant to do. All right. They could see through the illusions, the Seven of Cups. They know why they are in a relationship, the hierophant. What you want? Chocolate chip ones? Ooh. You're welcome. Oh. You see his sister? Huh? It's not. Sorry, guys. So, and then also remember what I was hearing? Voila, magic. I'm getting a magician card. You relied, you've manifested something. All right, you brought something from a vision to life. That's the Seven of Cups also. All right. You made the right judgment in saying, I don't need this type, because there was a choice. All right. There was somebody that was trying to influence you to do something that would have created an outcome of being locked out of your blessings. You knew better, all right? And Spirit was guiding you to walk away from this person that was trying to offer you these opportunities that was attached to possibly even, being spiritually locked out of stuff and jailed. It was totally against your purpose, your values, and your morals, and the respect, okay? And Spirit said, make the right choice. And Eight of Cups, leave, all right, because you're walking in right into your Nine of Cups, which y'all experiencing now, all right, and trust that whatever options or offers that this person was trying to tell you to take, all right, I got something better. I got something better. We all are called to make certain choices. All right. We all are called to analyze certain decisions when it comes to all of this being offered to us. All right. We gotta use discernment and try to see how is that going to bring us back a return. Would it be a positive return or a negative return? Would it block our blessings? Like, would it completely destroy everything we've been doing because God knows that we know better? Would it just bring material satisfaction? And you chose the right decision, the Eight of Cups, to say, no, I'm throwing those cups away. I'm not even doing that. All right. This could even be people trying to force you to drink or force you to, I don't know. Okay. Because the cups is under a drug-induced mind state, like illusions, like you in La La Land. Okay. Not you. All right, you definitely are coherent and aware. And as I say, drinking, look, like partying, this is not fulfilling no more. All right, somebody know that they have made the wrong judgment calls because of what's being produced in their life. It's not fulfilling no more. Somebody chose to evolve in the hierophant energy. Somebody chose to evolve on a spiritual level. All right, and be enlarged here in the physical to do what needs to be done. Okay, literally, y'all. So let's get more into your reading. You were somebody's judgment. You were somebody's karma. That's what I'm seeing. All right. There is consequences and repercussions when you do not listen to certain hierophants, like a good pastor or a good leader. The hierophants are labeled as like the pastors and the deacons because they are supposed to be getting the messages from God and teach us. That's like the right vision of a pastor and a hierophant energy. That's like the title, because they are literally connected to God so much. They have so much hidden knowledge and wisdom. They read a lot. They connected. So imagine you going in and being sent in because you know the assignment. Imagine you get sent in to be a hierophant in somebody's life and they completely disrespect or do not acknowledge your purpose, and they keep playing. They keep trying to bribe you with things that is attached to unhealthy results, all right, that may even block you up out of your blessings. That is consequences when you disrespect a messenger of God. All right, you disrespect God for real. And it don't even gotta be as high like that. Sometimes our friends, sometimes our family are really wise, y'all. Being sent in to give you, a lesson, and you completely continue to influence with things that is not solid. All right, that's going to give short-term fulfillment. So, in other words, the hierophant, which is you guys or whoever is going to resonate with this, you were somebody's karma. You were sent in for somebody to tighten up spiritually, for somebody to use their discernment and not make judgment calls off of what things appear to be on the outside. All right? You were their judgment. I'm getting like this is y'all. Y'all were their judgment. All right. I don't know who this is. This could be a relationship, a romantic relationship. This could be co-workers. This could be just a friend. This could be family members. But you are the hierophant sent in to many people's lives to assist them to evolve on a spiritual level. A little guidance. And when the assignment is up, when those people choose not to answer the call, you go. You don't get stopped. You go. All right? You go. So y'all being blessed right now. And the fact that somebody did not accept or didn't even understand or see that you were their chance to evolve on a spiritual level because of the wisdom you have. God sends in destiny helpers, y'all. But people to be too far in their ego to not even, they be triggered by somebody trying to help. All right? Y'all was sent in. The hierophant gets, she or he, I'm just looking at the pictures, so excuse me, but energy is fluid. Half of the time, we don't even be wanting to do. We just being obedient because we know sometimes that's a triggering. Nobody want to be hearing advice. People are not ready to sit down and listen and change their life from somebody that's experienced like the hierophant. It's a very, you gotta be ready to evolve, understanding that somebody is here to help you. The relationship that's going to be built is so healthy. This is not by accident. All right, judgment, when people get sent in to actually help you, get you up out of a dark place, get you up out of making decisions that's causing you to be blocked out your blessings and filled with anxiety, and you disrespect that, it's like that's the karma. So you are somebody karma, and you are witnessing through this reading. Now, I don't know if y'all going to be witnessing that physically, but through this reading, you are witnessing somebody receiving karma because of you. Because you were their karma somehow. You were their karma to strengthen their discernment. That's what it is. All right. And they did not. They chose not. And when they choose not, whether they say it, God knows by somebody's judgment actions. And then it's your time to go because you have other people to serve. And God, people that actually want to pay attention. Because your time not going to be wasted. God not going to ever waste our time. It's up to us to understand when the assignment is over. With anything, with a job, with anything. All right, we got to be understanding the assignment is over. There is another thing to evolve. All right, so this is you are the karma, and you're witnessing through this reading that somebody is receiving karma. You were their judgment. You were it was like the last straw kind of energy. All right? The last straw kind of energy. Because we all children of God. God don't have favorites, but God does have a limit when it comes to you not listening. But don't for a second think that God got favorites. That's why I always say, it's not who you are, it's whose you are. I don't care what age you are. You still a child of God. I don't care if you don't got no parents. You still a child of God and a child of this universe. So it's no favorites. But when spirit keeps sending in hierophants in your life for you to just simply tighten up your discernment, because this is about choices somebody is getting karma for. You know, the karma is not good or bad. It's simply the results of your actions. So sometimes the results of your actions produce negative results, and good ones produce positive results. That's what karma is. That's what judgment is. You only get the results based off of what your judgment calls. And you were their last straw. You were their last calling. Somebody been being called. All right. So, spirit, give me more on this judgment. That's what this is saying, y'all. I'm hearing voila magic. Something could have changed fast. All right. Something could have, really, really manifested. Look, the 8 of Pentacles. All right. This is work. All right. This is producing positive results and efficiency and work sufficiency. All right. Building longevity, investing your time into a skill, not just taking offers that is attached to a price tag. All right. This is karma. This was a time where somebody was being called to answer the call and tighten up on a skill. The 8 of Pentacles is a skill. So like me doing tarot, that's a skill. Doing hair, that's a skill. And you know what this getting voila magic? Anything that you do like as a magician, that's just something that you're skilled in. So you see me, I do tarot. So the magician energy behind this 8 of Pentacles and me answering a call is getting better, doing more readings and getting comfortable. And then voila, I'm presenting beautiful readings like I always do. Like it comes effortlessly. It comes effortless to me. Voila, magic. Here y'all go. This is what y'all need to know because I'm so skilled at it. 8 of Pentacles. I've invested so much time and energy and focus and effort into it because I also love it. So somebody was being called to tighten up on a gift that they truly had. All right. This was a gift that you were being called to assist in, and just on a spiritual level. All right. They were being called to stop investing their money, their resources, their time, and their energy into bare minimum things. All right. They had a certain gift, all right, that needed to be worked on now. All right. The future. Okay. The only thing that's promised to us is unalive, going. So that's what it is. Somebody was being called to tighten up on a specific talent and gift that they had, and it required probably spiritual assistance, probably a little bit more faith, knowledge, all right? And it was going to build them longevity because what they've been investing in, especially when it comes to their talents, it was useless. They was not in no way, shape, or form using their talents with the resources that they had. They was letting something go to waste. So it was a time to focus. It was a time to really, really invest money, your energy into, even if you got to pay for a course, even if you got to pay for, like a chef. Shout out to Renise. I always bring, anytime I talk like a chef, because Renise is a chef, but like, you see how if I wanted to become a chef, I would have to like invest money probably into like a course, even if I can't invest into like school, all right? If I got money, God is expecting me to invest in that course because that is what's going to take me to the 10 of Pentacles, all right? And somebody waste not only your time, God's time, but they waste their own time by being tempted. And Spirit is saying this is karma. Nobody's time is being wasted no more, especially not us hierophants or high priestesses or anything. Any title that you have that's involving, taking your time out your day to help others because you see that you have that influence. Like you want to see people make the right judgment. We never thrive off of other people's pain, So that's what it is. Somebody is locked out of an opportunity to really expand in a thing unless they find a key again, unless they figure out how to unlock these gifts. But right now, these gifts is locked up. It's like the death card. All right. These gifts is being stripped because, a blessing is a gift and not used becomes a curse. All right. Remember that. A blessing given, like a talent or a gift, whether you know how to do here. Look, I can even say that. All right. So the Eight of Pentacles to the Magician energy that I'm getting. Say if you know how to do here. You will get called to invest your time, your money, any little money that you got. You know that you can invest because God gonna make it happen once God see that you really invested. All right. And you really, really invest in your time, your effort, your learning, you know how to do here. And then boom, voila, magic. You create magic and as a hairstylist. Like you could turn somebody from one head not looking crazy to like really beautiful. And that's not only a physical thing. You as a hairstylist, voila, magic, learning how to master that skill literally affects people's energy. When I get my hair done, I really feel beautiful, y'all, especially when somebody took their time with my hair. All right. I don't even let nobody do my hair, but I'm saying, like, when I was in Brooklyn and stuff like that, I would get like box sprays and stuff like that. And I felt beautiful. Not that I don't feel beautiful now, but like when somebody, like I hire somebody to do my hair and they actually do the job and they create magic, like, oh my gosh, you just created a whole new person. You don't even know on the inside and out. You made me tap into something. All right. So that goes with anything, even with making clothes. All right. Spirit is saying if you make clothes, it was the time for you to, take this opportunity and invest all of the money and all of the resources, all of the friendships, all of the learnings that was being brought to you to invest. Take that and you master the art of sewing. And now, voila, you're making garments. Voila, magic. Now you're creating on a master level. That's what the magician is, taking a skill and mastering it to the point where now, voila, it's so easy to create masterpieces. But if those things are not used and you don't acknowledge your blessings and your gifts and you just running around trying to invest into everything else because that's going to take time, you're not going to see the fruits right then and there. All right? That gift becomes a curse. That talent becomes a curse unused. Because when you going to use it? When you going to use it? I'm not talking about graduating. Because I done seen 70-year-olds graduate. I'm not talking about knowledge that you could get from a book on a physical level. Don't you want to evolve on a spiritual level? All right? And we not going to be here forever. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about having a limit on graduating and stuff like that. I'm not saying that because you could do anything you want to do. But when it comes to a certain gift that God is calling you to invest in, oh baby, and God is sending you hierophants, God is sending you people, and God is also testing you with short-term fulfillment. Baby, God sees that you're not planning on changing, and God is not about to waste nobody else's time. I don't care what you say. God don't owe you nothing. All right? God is a forgiving God, but God, like, we only got a certain amount of time on this earth, which I don't understand. All right? That's why, like, planning and, like, if you got kids or even if you don't have kids, like, just planning for, I don't know, like, planning, getting into the custom of having fun with that. All right? Like, I had a Fidelity account and I didn't use it for a while, but somehow, some way, God made it appear in my Yahoo. And I didn't even add beneficiaries. I don't know how to say that word, but I was able to now, because when I opened it, I don't even know why I opened it. This was like when I was working back in Starbucks, y'all, they told me. And I just seen the email the other day and it says beneficiary. So now I'm wise enough to be like, oh my gosh, like I could add my children aside from, see, Fidelity is like an investment account, not a life insurance policy. So aside from my life insurance policy, the money that I'm able to invest now in the Fidelity account will grow over time. Meaning when I go, that money, all of that is accumulating and it is being added interest into it. They gonna get that us on top of the insurance. So you see how God just bring things in? And I'm not saying follow me. I just be trying to give y'all real life experiences and examples of what God is talking about. It was time for somebody to tighten up, y'all, on their a specific gift that they are now locked out of for the moment. Because I'm a heavy believer that God just don't lock you out. Now, if you then before, then that's what we gonna do. But I feel like there are ways to unlock it. As long as you got life, I feel like you can still work on your gifts. That's what I feel. But right now, the judgment and the karma and the results from somebody's actions is I'm about to say permanent. I don't believe that though. So whatever permanent, I don't know. But maybe they thought something was going to last permanently. Maybe they thought the way whatever they was investing their time into, they was literally working towards it. Thinking like it was going to build longevity the whole time. It was not even a specific gift. So, that'd be like your discernment, like where your mind at? How could you be working on something for so long and don't see no results? Because these are not even results. This is somebody working hard into something, all right? And it's only being offered promises and illusions. These is not even tangible, y'all. This is a 7 of Cups. So it's like at one point, it's not that you don't want to give on your dreams, but at one point, when are you going to notice that whatever you're doing, you could be doing something else, something more valuable that's going to produce results. Especially when spirit is bringing in the hierophant. I think this is more about the hierophant energy coming in and having to leave. And when the hierophant leaves, everything else goes. All right. And they have to find another way to open up their gifts. It's not necessarily locked out forever, but they won't get it from the hierophant. They won't have the special keys and hidden knowledge that spirit is trying to let them learn from the hierophant. They're going to have to find and unlock their gifts another way. All right. Look. Because they wasn't unlocking it with the 7 of Swords. And then remember what I said, the Death card? All right. They are being stripped from all of their gifts, their resources. All right. Their magnetism and everything that was getting them short-term fulfillment. Because they had no plans on stopping. All right. And it produced lies. It produced falseness. To keep up with whatever they was investing into, they couldn't be themselves. They had to be fake. 7 of Swords. They had to be deceiving. They had to be cunning. There had to be trickery. So imagine somebody spending so much time and money into learning how to lie, into learning how to be a manipulator, into learning how to deceive and manipulate for what they want. That's not using your gifts. All right, this is somebody that was a skilled liar. This is somebody that spent a lot of time mastering how to manipulate. And it's just not working like that. So that's another reason. If y'all wanted to know why, all right, and even if this is you, if y'all wanted to know why, it's because somebody has become a master manipulator, a master manifesting lies. They are good at it. They had no chance. Imagine you getting short-term fulfillment and being blinded by bigger goals and you fulfill with what you're getting. But it's causing you to master the art of lying and manipulating and deceptive behavior. All right, that's going. This person is losing the karma and the results for their actions, is losing all their resources. A lot of people don't have faith in them. A lot of lies are being exposed. All right. This could even be a hierophant, somebody that was probably in training to be a hierophant, but have outdated belief systems. So however it is, look, and then the 7 of Cups is falling right on the 7 of Cups. They have been taught to sell lies. The Queen of Wands to the Tower. All right, to prevent 5 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, y'all, this is bad. All right, this Queen of, the Queen of Wands is talented. They have the gift of gab. All right, they have the spotlight. But baby, you don't want to be in this Queen of Wands going through this tower, y'all. All right, it got them big. All right, it made them feel like they weren't on a throne. They had no intentions. All right, until they're being held accountable for their choices, selling people dreams. All right, even being in La La Land. This is like being approached. This is in La La Land. All right, this is like, the Queen of Wands is the Queen of Wands in their dreams. This is how they look in their dreams. They don't know how to separate illusion from reality. So in their mind, in their la-la land, this is like delusion, y'all. All right, somebody is the Queen of Wands. And sometimes you gotta be a little delulu. Because who the hell am I to say you ain't the Queen of Wands, you ain't the Queen of Cups, you ain't the Queen of Pentacles or the Queen of Swords. But this is delusion. Because all the choices they're making, it's not solid, y'all. Not one choice they made has produced long-lasting effects on a material level. Everything is just like, this will be the Queen of Wands saying, I just manifest and I am going to do a spell. This is somebody just relying on luck instead of hard work. Thinking like this wand of magic is going to call in things. They're like, oh, I just can manifest. I can sit on my throne and this is Empress energy and this is not Empress energy. This is not even a Queen of Wands energy. The Queen of Wands is a hustler. She works. She's passionate. She's a good leader. All right, a round woman. She's going to hype you up. You hear me? That's her gift, her light, her spirit. But when it becomes beside herself, she says, this is somebody in La La Land having a rude awakening. For real, y'all. Spirit, give me more on this Queen of Wands, please, and thank you. The Fool to the Three of Wands, to the Five of Swords, to the Two of Cups. She tried to win at all costs, jealous in a relationship. Y'all, ain't nobody else out here. There ain't nobody else out here, y'all. Because you know the court cards is the people. There is a relationship with a hierophant. Those will be the people, but the hierophant is not even on the same level as the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords. The hierophant is bigger than the Queen of Cups. The hierophant is bigger than the Queen of Wands. The hierophant is like entitled in status and ranking. They've experienced them. God has been using them. So God sent in the hierophant because they needed ancient and hidden knowledge and certain keys to get access to how they was going to use their gifts as the Queen of Wands. All right, the Queen of Wands is embedded and included with talents. They're talented. They are the talent. And imagine the Queen of Wands not being a fool. Not taking things seriously. All right, trying to win at all costs, trying to keep a position that, I don't know, just trying to be seen. So this is karma. They disrespected the wrong one. They challenged the wrong relationship. You know, they lost. This was their karma. You are their karma. That's all I keep hearing. You are this Queen of Wands karma. And the karma is unfolding in this reading. The Tower, this is a shot. This Queen of Wands has never went through this. What they're experiencing right now, they have never went through it. They can't bear it. You know why? Because each of those responsibilities, all right, is theirs to endure and to release. And instead of saying, I might need help, they wanted to keep this title of Queen of Wands and lie and manipulate people into helping and assisting instead of being honest. Judgment. All right. The Hierophant again. Emperor energy. And now they on a fence. This was a battle. All right. They didn't respect you. For some of you guys, this could be a masculine or this is somebody in masculine energy. All right, this Queen, you know, the Queen of Wands is masculine energy. The Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords is masculine energy. The Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups is feminine energy. So this Queen of Wands was in a masculine energy, wanting to be a hierophant, saying that they want the title, they want to prove, they want to do that, and they needed to change. They had outdated belief systems on what an emperor is, what that title consists of. It's not just bossing people around. It's giving guidance. It's being a listener. It's being a true provider, not schemes. All right. They was also running a corrupt business as a Queen of Wands. They was involving emperors that is very corrupt. Too much masculine energy. So this is the results. All right. What's the outcome, Spirit, for this hierophant? The enlightened one. A victory, success, recognition, advancement, being enlarged, all right? Overcoming the battle, a winner from the Five of Wands. This was a battle, all right? Look, and remember earlier I said the Seven of Cups is a decision. Like, it's something to tell you to pause before you make any sort of next judgment because something ain't clear. All right, all of the opportunities that somebody was telling you was just telling you a dream. Things weren't clear. So Spirit said, use your discernment, rest on it, process it. All right, and then the Eight of Cups is saying, nah, I'm good. You can have it. I'm going to go opposite way. All right, completely detached, walked away right into your Nine of Cups. This is a season of wish fulfillment, meaning you are about to receive everything you want. You're going to feel like over the next couple of events, you with this new moon in Libra, all right, you're going to feel like everything you've been working towards have manifested. That's why it's called the wish card. All right, while somebody is like this. This is the same cards. The Eight of Swords to the Eight of Swords. All right, this is a repetitive pattern. That when somebody was in a loop, they kept getting these results. That's why Spirit is saying you got to go through consequences. Every choice that you've been making, all right, I don't know where the knowledge and guidance is coming from, but it has been producing nonstop Eight of Cups energy and results. Okay? It's like, when are you going to stop and realize these choices are unhealthy? All right, they must let go of a way of some sort of possessions. Okay, so Spirit, what's the closing out messages for this Queen of Wands, please and thank you? They scared that their whole foundation is on a line with a King of Wands. All right, there is some sort of business or some sort of assets that they share with this Emperor. This is a boss. All right, they are coming out as the King of Wands to the Queen of Wands. This Emperor is about to make a decision, and it's looking like he's listening to this hierophant. It's looking like this Emperor, King of Wands, is listening to this hierophant because it's creating them the stability and the foundation and the life insurance that I was saying. All right, growing things over time. And it's like this Queen of Wands is being cut out of the business because of their beliefs, values, and judgment. All right. Look, y'all about to have kids probably with this Emperor or Emperor, but that's what it is. All right, they're being cut out of the deal with a masculine. That's the results. So they are on a fence that something is going to affect their seat at a big table with money. All right. So that's what I have, you guys. I love you and I hope to help.